Okay, now we're rolling.
All right, guys.
I thought we've been rolling. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Who wants to start us off?
I think it's Bianchi.
Bianchi.
All right. Episode 2, which is a rare occasion for Turtle Wave.
Oh, yeah. No,
And
we
it-
did episode 2 before. We did episode 2 of Civil Wars.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, but anyways, PK,
So,
please.
welcome to Turtle Wave. This is Bianchi, aka Brock, aka.
Wait, I think we can do a little bit better. Turtle Wave is the place for what? All right, reset in 3, 2, 1, action.
That's what we call perfection from the
Oh
from
my
Joseph
God.
Lay over there.
Oh my God! All right.
Are you ready?
3 seconds of silence.
Turtle Wave is the place for action and reaction. So tonight,
All right, can I actually start this off?
Yeah.
High on
right.
Gatorade caffeine.
Okay.
All right, what up? This is Team Red.
Whoa, we got
that shit out of here,
We
man.
got hyped. We
Okay.
got
Oh,
hijacked.
Oh, no, betrayal.
we got beef. We got beef.
And all that, all you guys, all y'all clipped.
Oh, he trying to do
Wait,
Turtle
that
Wave.
was a sound test, bro.
He trying to do a Civil War Part 2.
No, we did Civil Part 2. This is Part 3
Oh,
now.
Part 3, right?
All right.
Yo, we don't have your necklace, Joseph. Sorry, we sold
Okay,
it.
let's do 3 seconds. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Turtle Wave podcast, where we talk about filmmaking, action, choreography, anime, all of the above, video games, maybe some interracial dating. It is I, Joseph Lay, hailing from the West Coast, but originally in the DMV, trying to bring back that Turtle Wave flavor to the Los Angeles area, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And now I pass the ball to Bianchi Zimmerman.
Hey, what's up? What's up? This is Bianchi Zimmerman, aka Brock, aka Afro Super Saiyan, aka Barack Obama. You know what it is. So this is TW. What was it?
I don't
I
know.
forgot.
TWDB something.
All right.
TWDB 15.2. 152.2.
Yeah.
There we go.
152.2.
We'll get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We'll get it
Yeah.
eventually.
This is TWDB 152.2. And we coming at you to give you part 2 of our history. So I'm going to pass it off now to Tim Wang.
With the big wang.
This is Tim Wang with the small wang. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I got caught up in the hype. This is Tim, aka Red, aka Ness, coming at you from Maryland, Germantown.
VFX all-star of the Turtle Wave
VFX
group.
novice, trying to do better. I'm gonna
He's
pass it
being
off
humble. He's being very humble.
to our cameraman, slash cinematographer,
slash producers.
slash producer, slash the cheerleader of our group,
And the mediator of all the inappropriateness.
Alex All.
Woohoo! Welcome back. Welcome back for this short session, Joseph. But yes, it's me. It is I, Alex. Let me see. Well, where are we going?
He's the purveyor of Star Wars content.
I'm the number one proponent of it. I always.
The
Star Wars,
technical superstar.
Yeah. Long story short, jack of all trades. Okay. I do a lot of things.
And he set up all this.
Yeah.
He's the Jamie of our Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah, I'll look that shit up. Anyways, yeah, welcome back, Joseph. Glad you could join us for this session.
Yes,
It's
in person. I hope you
Yeah.
like my audio.
yeah,
Yeah, it's actually coming through really clear. You know,
Thanks,
what I mean?
dog.
So, this
yeah.
is
It's better
good,
than
it's
trying to
good.
jerry rig some weird contraption from Tim's laptop to go into the mixer and
Right,
yada
right.
yada. So it's great to have you here in the flesh in
Yes.
crystal clear audio quality.
In Alex's basement, where we first started making test fights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mimicking Jackie Chan.
Yeah. It started from there, and the rest is history.
And then, speaking of history,
Yeah,
let's pick
talk
up
about
back
it.
where we left off from last episode.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
yeah.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Last time on Turtle Wave.
Turtle Wave has just gotten our first viral hit, aka the Ness versus Little Mac video. We followed that up with a.
It was literally
Semi-
our first collaboration.
Yes, it was our first collaboration. It just turned out to be the most viral thing we've ever done. It was a happy accident, but it got us to meet with fellow filmmaker, fellow passionate people like Joseph Lay and Alex All.
Yes.
We followed that up with a semi-viral Afro Saiyan. And then we didn't do anything for a while, so let's pick it up. I think our next big project was the infamous Pokemon Kungfu.
Dun dun dun.
The video where people comment and say, "Why doesn't this have 1 million views?"
Yes,
The
that is the
video-
question that we always ask ourselves.
The
Why
video where everybody laughs whenever I'm on screen and pop up because I'm just so funny. And then everybody gets really hyper focused whenever Joseph is on there because he's so serious. And actually, him and
I felt
and
like I
Tim.
was too serious.
Nah,
No, that's
man.
Ash. That's the you
Nah,
embodied Ash.
You
in
embodied
the,
Ash.
Oh.
It wasn't
in
the
the action.
seriousness. It was the
The lack of good kung fu. Yes.
yeah. Look.
Okay, that's a.
Okay.
Hold on.
Your
Alright,
Krabby
but-
style was very good.
But how
the
do we
Krabby style
even?
was good. I fixed it. I fixed the Pidgeotto
You
wing
fixed my
attack.
running. I was running flat-footed.
Oh,
We
man.
did a lot of good stuff. on
But anyways, how did we first come up with the idea?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Did we want to do an live-action Avatar project and then thought of something?
So I think I originally proposed the idea because 2016 was the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. So we were like,
Yeah.
let's do something Pokemon related in 2016.
better? And Pokken was coming out.
Right, exactly. Pokemon was out, so we're like,
that's
can we
right,
do
that's
something with Pokemon and then Kung Fu and somehow like integrate these things together?
Was it also tied in with Pokemon Go, or was it the
No,
other way
that
around?
came out
later.
That
right?
came out later. We didn't know that was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think
It's all a blur to me.
if you guys, I remember this because it was a very memorable night. We just finished SmashCon, and then we were at a diner like Wendy's or something, and then you guys might not remember this, but I think it was me, Joseph, and Alex, and we were just talking about like future video projects, and I was mentioning something like, "Hey, can we do something Pokemon related? Because 2016 is coming up, and that's the 20th anniversary of Pokemon." And then I don't remember who came up with the idea of just like, hey, what if we did Pokemon but Kung Fu style? So that was somehow that got mentioned, and then we're like, what if Pokemon, instead of you using Pokemon, it's just a animal style like the Shaolin animal styles, and then you just like each Pokemon has a different style akin to Shaolin style, and that kind of was where it started.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty cool.
it's a very ambitious idea to say the
Yeah.
least.
I think we first one of the first Pokemon we thought of was like Pidgeotto and like Ego style because those were pretty seamless.
Yeah, I wanted to do like Eagle style. I want to do Dragon style. I want to do like Mantis. So we were thinking of all the animals that already exist in Pokemon in not
Kung Fu.
in Shaolin Kung Fu.
Uh-huh.
So there you got like all of Lei Wulong's styles. You know, the snake, the panther, the tiger, the dragon, and then we were just trying to like fit them into, you know, what each Pokemon would be. And then I think we had to do Pikachu, just because, you know, it's Ash.
Pikachu.
And we kind of had to do Charizard just because that's like the iconic Pokemon. So we're like, okay, Charizard is Dragon Fist probably, and then Pikachu was
Fonzie
Fonzitron, which if you don't know, actually it's actually supposed to be Lightning Fist in Chinese.
Yeah, one of
So-
Jet Li's favorite
Right.
styles to demo.
It was
That's dope.
a perfect mix, and it was fast. It was, you know, straightforward, and so it
Quick
felt
attack.
yeah, exactly. So it felt like it was perfect for it. So originally we were only gonna do Pikachu versus Charizard,
Yeah.
and then Joseph was like, "Hey, we should do other animal styles. We should do other things."
Yeah, I just wanted to tease. Everyone knows Pikachu's coming, but you know you gotta tease. And plus,
Oh, he's
Ash,
coming, all right.
dude, Ash never plays smart. He never whips out his best Pokemon first. He always
Right.
lets like some, you know, losers come out first, and then he's like, okay,
Why they gotta be
finally
losers?
against your Charizard, I'm gonna finally use my Blastoise or something.
yeah, he doesn't
Or
like.
reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
We really try to capture that, and I think having Pidgeotto and Krabby in there was just perfect. The Krabby style was my personal favorite.
I think
Yeah.
that was like I don't know which one of you guys like stumbled upon it. I mean, it might have been you, Joseph, because I think it's like this is what I'm referencing from. I think it was like from old I think Shaw Brothers movie or something.
Yeah, old
Hong
Shaw
Kong?
Brothers movie with what's his the Japanese actor's name?
Because he also fights
Hirokuri,
Jet Li in the.
Sonata.
Is it Sonata?
Yeah.
Is it Hiroyuki Sanada? Or is it
Yeah.
the other Japanese?
No, he was
guy?
in The Last Samurai.
Yeah, there's another dude that Jet Li fights in Fist of Legend. Is it that Japanese dude?
Yeah, versus that guy.
Yeah.
No, it was
It's
like
called
two different-
like Shaolin Crab style versus no, is it like Ninja Crab style versus Shaolin Crane style? That was the
Wait,
video.
I
that
think
we were
that was the
wait.
title of the YouTube video.
Hiroyuki Sanada. I just pulled up one of the actors.
So it was him.
Yeah,
He
and
did
another
the
crab
ninja.
style?
Yeah, it's a ninja crab style.
No,
versus
he was
the
fighting
No, that was
opposite from the crab
Shaolin
style.
versus Ninja, right?
Anyways, you can look it up later.
This is
Yeah,
why we need like a
we
Jamie
had
pull
to-
that shit up, which I'm trying to do right
No,
now.
it was Shaolin because look, I know this movie. I've seen this movie a 1,000 times when I was a kid. It's Shaolin versus Ninja.
It's Yasuaki Kurata versus Gordon Liu
No,
Yes, in Shaolin versus
versus Ninja. Yeah.
and he plays the and so what's his name again?
Yasuaki.
oh
Yasuaki?
wow, I am
Yasuaki.
completely wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, I've watched.
See, this is
1,000
what happens
times
when
I
you
was
get into this
little.
nerdy shit
This
about
is
like
like
Yo,
martial arts
cultural,
movies.
cultural appropriation. I'm sorry.
Hiroyuki was in the movie with Michelle Yeoh, and like it was like a cop crime
Yeah.
80s
Yeah,
con-
that's a different
that's a different movie, but
Look, to give you some breakdown, because the origins of this style is actually really dope, right? So the story was Shaolin versus Ninja. That was one of the titles.
I
at
think
least in
if
America.
you looked on YouTube, you'll find it under that.
Yeah, and so basically it was about this Chinese kung fu master, and he was
Gordon.
being married. Gordon Liu. He was being married to a Japanese kind of like duchess or something like that. You know, what I mean, she was like a high level person.
Nobility.
Kind of like a noble to try to make bonds between this Chinese family and this Japanese family, right?
Oh.
And so the noble woman, she was a martial artist, and so she caught the dude, Gordon Liu's character practicing kung fu, and she was like, "Oh, what is that? You call that martial arts?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." And she's like, "Oh, the Japanese way is better." So then she does her stuff, and they actually spar, and then he beats her because, like, he's a dude, and he's a little stronger than her. So she was like, "Oh, like the Japanese place is still better." So she writes a letter to her peoples, right? They send a whole squad. They send a whole squad of Japanese like martial artists with different styles, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna see like which one's better." And so they had this like kind of quote unquote friendly competition, swords versus swords, hand styles versus hand styles, sticks versus sticks, that type of stuff. And the one iconic scene was when the guy breaks out ninjutsu, and so he comes out in a ninja suit and he does like some of the cool ninja stuff, and then he actually in the ninja suit uses the crab style when they're in the marshes. he gets into the crabby style with his arms and his legs. He starts like wilding and moving back and forth. And it looks really silly
Yeah.
at the time, but it's actually like really kind
Yeah,
of
and that silliness kind of matched with the action comedy vibe. So we paid homage to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
really
also,
funny.
To
to
prepare
recreate.
for that stance, like I didn't want to just like channel these powers automatically. I had to like earn it by getting to these proper stances. So we had our good friend Cindy from Jiaogao Shaolin, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, teach some southern style stances to get into that.
Yeah, it's all about
You
the
know.
horse. A lot of horse dances.
Yeah,
We're
I
not
wanna-
flashy like Wushu or Northern Shaolin. So
Yeah, I wanted to like build something up. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be strong. It's gonna be, crazy. And then when it happens, crabby style. Everyone just
Crabby
laughs.
style.
So I just like having that contrast of like super seriousness, but then it's like very weird. Right.
Yeah, it's very anime.
Yeah.
It's just like if people could do the sweat thing, they would have had the sweat over
We
their
did
face.
we did do the sweat thing in
Yeah,
there.
but it wasn't at the crabby style. But like that would have been a.
Oh yes, it was.
Did we do? No, we didn't.
How
do
do you forget
it's,
our
no,
own-
it's like when Tim blocked my punch, and then
No, that was the
No,
sweat.
it-
So
that was the sweat
It was
drop.
it was the nut shot.
the nut
He tried
shot.
to
Yeah,
grab
yeah.
him with
Felicia
the
did
snap
do
the nuts,
right.
and then
Felicia did
was
do
like,
the
"Ugh."
yeah.
Oh, it wasn't the sweat. It was the hazy.
Yeah,
like the purple line thing. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's after I tried to punch Tim, and then he blocked it. He caught my
he tried
hand.
to grab him in his nuts.
No, that's the wrong shot.
I think that's later,
Are you
right?
sure?
Trust me, I edited it.
Okay.
Ed did
Oh
it.
yeah.
And
This
Tim was
the
right
editor.
beside me, and then I was like, let's add a teardrop here. Let's widen my eyes like the guaylo. I mean,
That was so for those who don't know, that was the Charizard grabbing the Pikachu Thunderbolt. That was later in the video.
Oh, okay.
But the Krabby one was when he tried to go the nut shot, and then because PK was like, "You gotta hit him in the weak spot, Tim," or "No, you gotta hit him in the weak spot, Ash." And then he goes for the nut shot, and then Felicia goes like, "Seriously?"
Facepalm. That's
Yeah,
what
the
it
and
was.
then I
facepalm,
do
yeah,
the
yeah.
sand attack.
The sand attack was
Yeah.
good. That was pocket sand.
That was real sand.
That was real sand.
And Tim wanted to do it
Pocket
VFX. I was like, come on, let me save you 2 hours right here.
To me, that was the
I remember
least
this
amount
day.
of that was an easy one. Like if you want
Would
to
you
save me time,
animate
But
the
you're a
physics of the
perfectionist, though.
sand dropping off of your?
no, I
the
would
game?
have just
you're a
I would have just done
perfectionist.
some like dust effect, maybe like, and then have some kind of like
I don't believe you. I'm glad that we did the real sand.
I think maybe Tim would have given up with the sand particle physics.
Right?
And the movie would have never been done.
oh
Right,
yeah,
right.
that's very likely.
I'm just kidding.
Um,
But
so
anyways, I think we skipped ahead a lot. We
yeah,
need
yeah.
to talk about, okay, how did we start? How do we come up with a story?
okay, so I would say Pokemon Kungfu was supposed to be my last project.
And then they fight. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
That's my kind of script.
It was supposed to be my last project.
Wait,
as
why?
a-
You never told me this.
yeah, so this is
What
this
the
is a personal story. The
Actually,
Pokemon-
there has been a couple of occasions, Joseph, or like even the last one. It was
Yeah,
like, it's like we just Tim like undiscloses. I was like never before
yeah, that
heard-
was
What?
stuff.
it was supposed to be my last project because I wanted to end it with a bang. And
Oh.
and I was like, if this gets picked up by Netflix, then I guess I will do this forever. But if it doesn't, then I'm retiring. That was
Yeah.
that was where the whole thing started. So that's why I kept going, because I was like, I gotta finish this.
Yeah.
If this was any other project, I would have been like, man, screw this. I'm out. It's
Yeah.
too much work. And we just I wanted this project to be something really cool. So I decided to venture into 3D animation, going back to my roots with 3D graphics. And I was trying to make it so that instead of just having like a flame effect or some electric effect, I wanted to have actual Pokemon in the video. So I was like, okay, how can we do this? So I ended up getting some actual Pokemon models from the game, and then I brought them into Maya, which is what I was using before. I put some like smoke effect or like flame effect, and try to make that as an aura, similar to like a Dragon Ball Z aura. And that was kind of where the whole thing started. It was like, okay, we can have Pokemon styles, but when they go into it, let's charge like Super Saiyan, and then their aura is the Pokemon that they're using, and that's kind of where the idea came from. So when Ash does, Pidgeotto style or Krabby style, he's really going Super Saiyan, but not really. But it's borrowing the Pokemon's power to do whatever he needs to do. So that's
Yeah.
kind of where the
And
whole
then
thing came from.
Years later, I think Pokemon, the actual TV show, saw it, and then they put it into their anime.
I don't know. Did they do that? I don't know.
Yeah, remember we watched a clip, and then the way the trainers were like mirroring with the
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Joseph was talking about Z moves from
Yeah.
2016's Pokemon Sun and Moon. I'm a Pokemon nerd. So
I was
would know
like,
that.
whoa, they did Pokemon Kung Fu.
They.
Was it too much of a coincidence?
It was. I don't know. Well, we didn't release the video yet, so it's probably a coincidence.
Yeah, but
No, they talked to Google. It's like these guys named Turtle Wave knows what's going on. I think you should
Right.
take this idea.
Right.
But it was one of the most ambitious projects that we've ever done, and I was trying to get it so that it was as much VFX as I could get in there, and as close to what I
Yeah.
think would be cinematic.
it's
as I could.
amazing, and still people who watch to this day like marvel at those effects.
It's now that I look at it,
Wasn't just the
it's
effects,
terrible.
though, man. Nah, man, you can't downplay. It wasn't just the effects. When I watched that, right, from beginning to end, when I get to the end, and it says to be continued, I'm mad. Okay,
frustrating.
Everybody
mad
was.
Blue
because I'm like,
balls.
I want to see what happens. So it makes me want to go back and watch it from the beginning because that's the only way to get that feeling again. I got to get another hit. Like it's perfect. Look, it's got a perfect balance.
Does the effectiveness go down every time you watch it?
No, you know what? I don't think so. Or it's stretched out, right? Because if something gives you like that one hit real quick, right? You know, that's like, all right, cool. Like, oh, I got the fix. You know, oh, I got the fix. Like the great thing about this video was that the ups and downs, the movement was like a nice steady wave, right? So you got your curiosity and excitement, right? And then you got your little fill-in information, and then you get the comedy, and then you get some action, then you get some drama, and then it's like it goes up and down, and it's kind of like after, like you just want to see what happens next. You know what I mean? It
PK, can you
that-
be our like
that
reviewer of our videos? Just PK.
Yeah, you'll
reviews
just go to
story videos.
another name. Maybe you'll just like maybe you're actually the LA Sun Times or whatever.
Urban Action.
Urban X-Ray. But yeah, nah. Like,
New York Times.
Whenever I watch it, I'm just like I feel so content at the end of the video, but the cliffhanger leaves me starving for more, and that's like
Good.
That's
That's
why
what
I think
it's
it's a
supposed to
perfect
do.
video. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to know what happens. What that does he win? Does he lose? Like I don't care what the outcome is. I want to see that development grow.
So what happens is the multiverse happens,
Right.
Because it's been a couple of years, and do we look the same?
Right. We don't look the same.
Well, I mean, we didn't talk about like how hard it was to film that stuff.
Yeah, I
because
think
that
this whole project took over 10 days to film.
yeah, it was 10 days spread out over like 2 months. I think.
Yeah, and it was most of the time just like 3 people, and then even though we were fighting, we also had to like help Alex move the lights around.
Yeah, we had like the most we had on set was like 5 people maybe. We had
Yeah.
like 2 PAs.
Except for
If we're not counting
Team
the
Red,
rocket
the
scenes.
Team
Right.
Rocket, right? But that was like
Rocket,
special.
Team
Like
Rocket.
that was Joseph push for that because I was like, there's no way we can get 20 people to do this.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, hold up.
I don't know. I just for some reason wanted people to fear Red at first, like see that he's a threat, and like the fact that he just mauled through these 20 Team Rocket people, and plus to pay homage,
Yeah, no, that was a good move. That made him look like a badass. We all jumped him, and then all of a sudden, like it goes black, and then the title screen. Like I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man, that video is so dope. Like I really think it's like a perfect
But
piece.
you know what? I would have done differently or pitched to Tim
Yeah.
is that Red would have defeated one of Ash's friends,
Oh,
so
like
then
the,
it gets more personal.
yeah. See, the thing is, then I had to animate like Onyx or Staryu, and I didn't want to do
Yeah,
that.
we were going to do that actually. We were going to do that because me and Felicia were supposed to actually do a couple of attacks
Yeah,
at a
and
certain
then he
point,
just-
but we kind of cut that out because we were like, we don't have a lot of time.
Oh,
you
we
know?
can talk about Unreleased. Or like
we actually
so
do have that one.
we have a lot of stuff actually.
But
so.
like it would have started with Ash versus Gary, and then Ash postpones his like fight against Gary because he knows his other friends are in trouble.
you want to see? I didn't know that. You want to do that?
No, like I thought about this just now, because like when you want to root for a protagonist, the protagonist always puts the needs of others before his own personal gain. So it shows like Ash's selflessness.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Ash is so. If we're only talking about like season 1 of Pokemon, Ash is very selfish.
Really?
He's very like, I want to challenge that guy. I don't care what's going on.
Yeah,
I want to challenge this
he
guy.
always starts off as selfish, and then he does like a good deed for the village or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
using
he
the
always turns
Pokemon.
around.
And then you'll see like just a little bit of character growth from
Yeah.
episode to episode.
Yeah.
And then he earns the badge by doing a good deed instead of being a-
Instead of beating the actual trainer.
Yeah.
That's why
Right,
everyone
right,
thinks
right.
he's not a
Yeah.
good trainer.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's why he gets beat a lot because they gave it to him on different merits.
And he always lets go of like his strong Pokemon because he wants them to be happy and not for his own personal gain to get badges and all that.
I just
That's right.
it
Forgot
sounds
about
It
that.
is-
He let a bunch of his.
It
strong
is a little
Pokemon-
Yeah.
frustrating.
Like Charizard.
He could have gotten like
that
an
was,
OP team.
Really weird. I was like, bro,
they gotta. So I mean, from an anime perspective, you gotta start your protagonist at the beginning every
Very
season.
bottom.
Otherwise, there's no show.
I think they just every season made him at the bottom so they could stretch out the dollars.
yeah,
But-
yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
You gotta,
Or it
how
was-
do you power your hero so you can like restart the whole Elite Four again? That's the thing with every episode.
Yeah.
I want to say that maybe animating Charizard was too much for the production budget. When Pikachu, you can draw this small little electric rat that just zooms,
Yeah.
speed lines, and all that
the
stuff.
run cycle is much easier than a Charizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Oh,
animate
gosh.
wings, arms, legs.
Yeah, you think that's probably the case? That's like my
And then-
theory.
I don't know.
So
I mean, it
animation,
could've been.
animating
We'll
like
have to bring a Pokemon animator onto the Cat podcast. On that.
2D
Right,
animation is very different from 3D animation. If you're talking about 3D animation, then yes, a Charizard will be much more difficult because he has way more moving parts. But with like traditional animation, you have to draw each frame anyways, so it doesn't really matter what you're drawing.
Well, it
I mean,
depends.
yes.
Look at the Pokemon that come out. Originally, when you see a Pokemon, you don't see the most complicated ones staying on screen very long. For example, Dragonair. Dragonair was on screen for like one or two shots in like an early Pokemon series, right? But most of the time, you're meeting the very first evolution of a Pokemon, which it looks very basic, has basic shapes. So they're not really animating a whole lot until they get to further things, and then when you come out with the movie, you have all the final evolutions.
Yeah, they're much more complex to draw.
Venusaur.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
Bigger
same.
budget,
It's the same in 3D, so there's like a lot more parts
Yeah.
when you work with these things. And I think for Pokemon Kungfu, we did 4 Pokemon total. So we got Charizard, Pikachu, Pidgeotto, and then Krabby. I've downloaded additional things that I didn't actually get to use. I had Tyranitar at some point.
What?
I had an Onix. I had a Staryu. Yeah, I mean, these are free to download.
Right,
They're
right,
just
right,
like game assets you can just pull in.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then you have to put the work in to make them.
Yeah,
match
you
out
need to
universe.
Rig it,
They
right?
were not rigged. So if we ever worked,
But you
on,
had
like-
to rig them. That's
yes,
what
you
I
had to. Well, they're rigged as in the skeleton was attached to the skin of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
of the
We
model.
would have to rig it to
But you have
people.
to add additional controls to like, okay, if this thing moves, that thing has to move along with it, or you control this one thing that moves the arm, but then the elbow has to move. There's like all these like inverse kinematic stuff that you gotta work with. It's going to the whole like rigging a character in 3D. It's one of the more annoying things you have to do as a 3D animator, and that's
Yeah.
what we had to do to kind of make this whole thing work.
Yeah.
So that's why there's no Pokemon Kung Fu Part 2.
But anyways, let's never say never.
Yeah,
Let's
never
also
say never.
let's
I
talk
think you're
about
the only
all
person
the.
that don't want that. Everybody else want Pokemon
Yeah.
Part 2.
Anyways,
see, nobody does it. Like YouTube's algorithm. Didn't, okay, I want to say this. Like talking about Pokemon Kung Fu is actually one of the things I want to talk about. Is a reason why I realized that we can't ever do this professionally in the way that I wanted to, just because it takes like 2 years to make a video.
It does not take 2 years to make a video.
It
You
took
didn't
me
put
2 years to make a
I
video.
mean,
Yes,
because
because you-
to be fair, let's talk about the details that most people don't know.
Right.
Tim was also learning 3D from scratch. Well, not from scratch, but 3D. But also he was learning programming and taking a boot camp class to
Right.
really
Oh,
do a
okay.
180 turn with his career from graphic design or visual design to
Graphic design.
programming, which is quite the task. So the fact that you did Pokemon Kung Fu at the same time while juggling a relationship, that's
Well, none
Oh,
of that
shoot.
that didn't work out. So that's not a
that's,
success.
That's the price you had to pay for.
Okay. So
Film.
I understand that.
the whole thing was that the reason why I thought Pokemon Kung Fu was going to be my last video was because I was changing careers to be a software developer instead of a graphic
The last
designer.
hurrah.
So I was like, this is gonna be my last video, and I'm gonna make it awesome, and then I can like leave with my head held high and
bang.
whatever.
Tim Wang. But we'll get into that later. Let's talk more about how we made this thing. Just in
Okay.
case someone else wants to make their live action whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, we should
Yeah.
talk about. Well,
Never
I
give
want
up
to
your
talk
dreams.
about.
process, the building process.
I want to
the
tell
training.
everyone how I actually didn't. I had to learn how to do storyboard because Joseph Lay and Alex Al were like, we're not filming this unless there's like a storyboard and a shot list and a whatever. And I was like, wait, what? Because when I
Are
was
you
working
serious?
with PK, yeah,
Yeah.
Joseph
Because-
was like, we're not shooting anything until I have a
Bruh.
storyboard.
No, there was one shoot day. We always have those shoot days where it goes a little slower than usual. Get a little crazy. We're all working 9 to 5s, and then we do this. And just like, I just thought it would be more efficient if we planned the next shoot
Have a plan.
the next
Set it.
week. And right away, Tim whipped out these beautiful,
Beautiful.
beautiful storyboards that I think, Disney could have hired him.
Oh,
from this.
jeez. All right. We're
Your
like circle
idea.
jerking
There was
right now.
so
This is-
much
No.
motivated movement. The The wushu poses were on point.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Look at
it was
all the
pretty neat.
toes, all the palms. Like
I thought Tim wanted to do that. You wanted him.
No,
to do
he
that.
wanted me. He
Well,
asked me to do it. He was like, "We want to see what it
you
looks
know,
like."
You know, the reason why I'm like surprised is because when we were working with Haywan, we never did that. It was all on the spot. We had certain ideas, certain beats, and we just kind of wrote down what we wanted. Then we just went out and just like filmed. So when he did this, I was like, dang, you did a whole like really nice, like this is some serious stuff.
Because there was like a lot of things going on, and I think I think before Pokemon Kung Fu, we were working. Did we sort of start Pizza Fight, and then we held that on hold? This is more of a Team Red thing, but or early Team Red thing.
I mean, we're working on different
Multiple,
projects
it were
and
multiple projects.
learning more about filmmaking. We're like, whoa, like we can do so much prep work, and let's apply that to Pokemon Kung Fu.
Which is why I
like-
brought up Pizza Fight, because I think we were doing previs for the first time actually.
Yeah.
Usually we would you and Tim, PK. Sometimes we would like just kind of like sit there for a moment, think about it, come up with it on the spot, figure out a shot, yada yada. But then the moment it's like that we know that these projects are going to take more than a day or even more than 2 days, then it's like, well, we should plan this out so we can make the most out of the time.
Yeah, but I always trust Tim's vision. Like all the Smash stuff was on the spot choreography. It was great, but also like we had to come up with important VFX moments, like character moments, and also choreography. And I think it's just a lot to handle on the day. And so why not just have a little bit more prep? And the storyboards, man, holy crap.
Those are nice.
It was.
They definitely helped a lot.
I learned from Joseph and Alex because that was the first time I did storyboard, and it was very helpful because they took the storyboard and they're like, all right, this is shot 1, shot 1 2B, shot 1 like shot A, whatever, and they're like, all right, we're doing this shot right here, and then there's a storyboard right there. Like, okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. I didn't have to like describe it to anybody. I'm like, just look at this. Camera's here. Thing goes there.
I think it was equally important because there was like a lot of visual effects involved. So we kind of had to, everyone needs to have like a clear visual to see it and be like, so this is why you're doing this, because when you're there, sometimes like it doesn't really click unless you see it.
Yeah, I
in
think
some form.
Definitely from the Pokemon Kung Fu project, I learned that like if you ever want to do any kind of film that has more than just a fight, just a basic fight, you really have to like storyboard it out, or
Plan
at
it
least
out.
have even stick figures or something to be like, okay, this is what it's supposed to be, this is what this shot looks like, because that really helps out with the filming, especially because like we actually printed out the storyboards, and then Alex is like, all right, we're gonna doing shots like 8 through 10 today, and then we can like exactly figure out what those shots were, and that really it helped out, like it helped drive the whole thing, which was that's very helpful, and that's something that if you're trying to do YouTube and you're trying to do these like advanced VFX driven videos, you really have to do that. Otherwise, the whole thing, no one's gonna know what they're doing.
Yeah, let's talk about the first fight.
The first fight.
So it was very interesting because it started with me squaring up with you, right?
Yes.
And let's go, blah blah blah. I challenged you to a Pokemon battle.
Oh man.
And then it went into the classic Game Boy transition.
That was awesome.
right?
Yeah, and then
Hold on. Before we move further, it was my idea to have them do this the Game Boy where they the sliding effect.
The parallax.
Yeah.
The
So
parallax sliding.
I would like to say that I told Pika to do it. I could do it in post, and they all said no.
I said no.
Because
I said,
if I can put myself on a green screen, put Joseph on a green screen, we just like do that visually. We don't have to do it in real life. But then I think
democracy
But it's
over
way more fun doing it in person.
it was really hard because we had to stay balanced on a skateboard
And we had
while
to
it was getting
slide
dragged.
Yeah.
So
it was perfect though.
Yeah, so I think we had, a few extra guys for this particular sequence
Yeah.
to help us out, which I believe is Will Chang and Sam Song. I think he brought his slider over. And Will, I think he's like, yeah, I got a longboard.
Right,
So we're gonna
right,
make PK. There's like, oh,
I
man.
was the test dummy.
The
I was
test shot is like, I think it's like you were like shirtless for some reason.
he was the Brock. Brock from Game Boy,
Brock
the
from the
original
Game
Game
Boy.
Boy.
The original
that's
Game Boy
right.
Brock is shirtless,
But
and he's got like a Wakanda forever.
He does have. Oh my
It kind
god!
of
Yes,
does.
he
You
did.
think
He
they pulled from that?
absolutely did.
Whoa!
That's
It's a sign.
right.
But I remember we did that like multiple takes because sometimes PK would with the longboard because I think Will's pulling him by string or something.
Yeah.
And it's not always
Jump
straight.
rope.
Oh,
It
was
was a
it?
jump
Yeah.
rope. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right. It was a jump rope.
Yeah. So it took us a couple tries, but when we finally nailed it, it's like, oh, this is super cool.
And you know, at first we were thinking like, how are we gonna do that? Because when we slide in, then they come to a complete stop, we're gonna fall. And I was like, nah, just do it backwards. You start standing and you pull us off screen, and then you just move the camera and you have it. And then we did it.
And you just reverse it
and
in
you
post,
just reverse
right?
it in post, and
It looks
Because
amazing.
we were struggling to get you to stop in time. Oh my god, I almost forgot about
So
that.
then after that, it was just I just had to sit here. We sit, action, and then you pull me off. I just had to make sure I'm
Yeah.
balanced, and then after that,
And that's how we won the fans over with nostalgia at first, before we present them something new.
right.
And then got into the Pidgeottos poses,
Yeah.
combination of ego and some other, wushu poses I found and mashed it up together into.
It was Eagle Claw with some other nonsense that Joseph found on the internet.
Hey, it worked, man.
Yeah.
To the normal person's eye, it was like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah. And then we used the old classic Game Boy Pokemon sounds for the animals.
For the extra nostalgia.
Yeah.
Right.
Hit them home. And then hit them with the butterfly kick to the gust. Not very effective.
Okay, the gust was the first effect that I did for the whole thing. It was a test of is a proof of concept if it's even possible. So
It's like if this doesn't work, the rest of Pokemon Company
right,
doesn't
exactly,
work.
because it had all the air and dust effects that I wanted to use.
Yeah.
So that one I spent the most time on. It looked the best, I think. It was one of the ones that was like, oh yeah, this actually kind of works.
Perfect.
So the gust.
Perfect.
The gust, it did
Street
exactly
Fighter.
what I wanted to do, and it was like a whirlwind kind of thing. So from that, I was like, okay, we can probably do the rest of the stuff, and
It made it look like anime in real life.
yeah, that's kind of what we're going for.
Was this also the shot where we used a gas-powered leaf blower because of the result of the gust?
Yes.
For
yes, on my
Tim's
face there was
reaction.
For Tim's reaction,
There was a
that's
gust,
That's
leaf blower.
that's a funny one. I happened to had a gas-powered leaf blower in my garage, and I think I wasn't there for that particular shot for some reason. But you guys here, take this leaf blower.
I think
Figure it
Will
out.
was on the longboard shooting that shot.
too.
Oh,
that-
okay.
Yeah, but this is before the DJI Ronin came out.
Yeah, we were using I think the thing called the glide cam. So before all that gimbals and stuff really took popularity, we were using glide cams and cameras on railings or whatever to do any sort of dolly-ish shot or tracking or truck
Yeah.
shots or whatever.
Yeah, Pokemon Kungfu shot was a Canon 70D, right?
I think it started out. Did it
Yeah.
end with Sony?
We
Or
had
a
some
mix and match?
different shots with the Sony A600 or something.
There was
Yeah.
the 4K shots were with Sony,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
rest of the stuff was with the same shot same camera we used for Smash Brothers.
Yeah, and good old trusty. I think it's probably the last video shot with the 70D. Well, one of them. but-
Yeah.
And also we had to shrink it down for 21:9 aspect ratio. So we had to put black bars on our viewfinders. All right,
Oh
this
my God.
this doesn't
That's
exist,
right,
guys.
that's
You can't film
see it.
above or below
I remember
this.
That. Remember that.
Yeah.
We
So
put tape on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
and then after the gust was
The choreography, and most of it was inspired by actually Drunken Master 2, the way Jackie Chan was fighting the old dude in the beginning when he's I have the strongest kung fu, drunken style.
It's like, you're out of time. No, I'm not. I'm young and strong.
I got lots of time.
No, you have lots of time. No, the train's leaving. Oh shit.
Yeah. So that fight, Jackie
time
was
there.
spinning around a lot and using his long arms to reach, and it looked like Pidgeotto's arms after a gust attack just spinning around.
it's a big wingspan there.
And then some Forbidden Kingdom.
Oh god.
Jackie versus Jet Li.
Oh, that's right. We did the Manta style thing for the quick
The
attack
side
stuff.
quick attack stuff, and then Tim was freestyling his hands because
Yeah.
when we go fast, it looks like we're making contact.
It was very cool. I was very impressed with that shot.
Yeah, I actually really wanted to make sure that looked like a flying technique, and so I remember when you guys did it, the angle was a little bit high, and so I was like, nah,
too upward.
you gotta bend over, man. You gotta look like you're moving through the air. And Joseph was like, oh, come on, man, I just want to get the shot done. And I was like, no, trust me, if you get the angle right, you're gonna look like a bird.
It looks awesome.
And we did the shot. It looked great.
And then
I,
I went under Tim's legs with some baji twin or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, PK's
Because honeys are
clock went out. I mean, timer. But anyways, went under Tim's legs, and then he locked up my wings because that was the main thing annoying him, and then kicked me to the side, and I Sayuchi'd onto the floor.
Yeah.
And then
I would say Joseph did all the stunts for this whole thing. Like,
Yeah,
my job as Red was probably the easiest job because I just had to stand there and do nothing.
just look cool.
Just stand there with
I was
one
like-
expression, then do nothing.
I think
for
what
the
you
whole
did
time.
was like what Neo was at the end of the Matrix, just like, or blocking all the agents' attacks like it's no effort.
It's
Right,
one-handed,
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right. the Neo one,
Effortless.
Yeah.
Neo left hand block.
because this is
it kind
literally
of had that
part
vibes
one,
to me.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Okay. So let's just move forward. Like, what were the
Challenges.
what were the most like fun parts to shoot for you guys?
Oh, somebody said challenges. Somebody said fun.
And yeah, what was the most? Okay, we'll do
We can do both.
challenges.
We
And
can
We'll,
challenge
then,
more,
we'll
challenge more
alternate.
fun.
We'll
Yeah.
alternate. All right. We'll start with challenges. Or fun.
yeah, we'll do
Alright,
challenges.
Fun.
Each
Let's
person
let's bring it with positive vibes. Let's fun.
go.
Let's do fun.
What was the most fun part of the shoot in Pokemon Kung Fu?
Are we gonna go around a circle real quick?
The fun part for me was saying Pidgeotto style and then Pikachu style over and over again, and then Alex going like, "Oh, out of focus one more time." But it was just cool to just amp it up anime style and then redubbing myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just the whole thing was fun because I get to play my childhood hero. I always feel like I'm the underdog in a lot of circumstances. And I don't know. I just miss those days of like us packing up the equipment and then going out for IHOP and being like, day 4, day 5, day 6.
This is the indie filmmaking kind of like
Experience.
vibes. This is the experience. It's like, oh my god, we're so tired. Why are we doing this for? And then we're eating high hop and we're talking and
next
we're
week at
like,
second wins. Like, all right, we're ready
And
for the
then
next day.
in IHOP, I would like go on Facebook and see what everyone's up to, and it's like partying at this club, doing this and that, and then I'm like, I'm out here in a basement.
we're out here making content.
in a parking garage,
Yeah.
Right.
making Pokemon.
Late at night in the cold.
And honestly, I went to work Monday, freaking tired, but proud. Like I feel fulfilled over the weekend, and also seeing the real life officer Jenny pull up,
That was funny.
and she was so fine.
Uh-oh.
You know,
we had
Officer
cops
Jenny
many
out
times.
there. Real life Officer Jenny, you know what I'm saying? Joseph's a single man.
yeah. And we got
Alright.
stopped by like 3 times during the shoot.
And they
Yeah.
knew us by the end.
Yeah,
They're like,
by
it's
the
the
end,
Pokemon
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, they drove past us, and then, but originally, actually, the first time they drove past us, PK, it was a sensitive time. It's still a sensitive time. He was wearing a jacket, military jacket, bulletproof vest.
Oh yeah, he was
Oh
playing
no,
Brock.
it was just like military webbing to carry
Yeah.
gear,
Yeah, and
but
then
it
we're
looks like he's super tactical looking.
Right,
And like the police came down, and then they were like coming around the corner, and we're like, PK, take it off. Take it off.
He can look non-threatening. Like
Right,
look
right,
as non-threatening
right.
as possible.
But
Being a black guy in a public space is sometimes
And
dangerous.
you're in like a middle of nowhere garage, and like, what are you doing?
like
Yeah,
late at
but-
night, and with a bunch of other kids. It looks like we're up to something. Maybe,
then
maybe
they-
I brought them there to to give them some drugs or something.
yeah.
No,
But
you're
then
just
they
getting them to,
see,
you just bring them to get badges, man.
they see your smile. They see all of us. They see Alex's camera, the lights, us in bright colors, and so as they get closer to us, it adds up to Oh, they're just a bunch of YouTubers.
Yeah, I think they like a couple occasions we ran into them. He's like, you guys making a YouTube video or whatever? Because that was like the verb to use then. He's like, you YouTubing?
Yeah, you guys are YouTubers. Like, yeah, we're YouTubers.
Yeah. So, anyways, those are my fun moments. Next,
All right, PK. What is
me?
your? Yeah, we're going.
we put
right.
ketchup under your
clockwise.
nose.
All right, so man, I had so many fun moments. I would say the thing that comes to mind first is just the experience of completing great shots. And because I know what we're capable of, I know how it's gonna like kind of look at the end. I just like the anticipation of like, man, it's gonna be great. 'Cause we just like every time we hit that perfect like and cut, it was like that moment. Though all those moments were great for me. And then I would say another one of my favorite times was when we did the Team Rocket Shot, just having a whole bunch of our friends come in and help us and work on it. That actually was, to me, one of the easiest scenes to shoot because we didn't like, at least for me.
Joseph's shaking his head.
Joseph's shaking his head.
You can't say it.
But
What do you mean? Don't look at the camera lens.
but I say for me because we had a lot of people there who weren't used to our flow, and were like, my girlfriend's in the shot. You know what I mean? And she was just like, hey, I'll help. I'll do what I can. Like everybody wanted to contribute positive energy, and I was just feeding off of that. You know, like my friend was in there, my girlfriend was there, our other film friends are there, and they're just like, hey man, let's go make this cool thing. And then once we got that one all wrapped up, it was like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, that was a fun shoot day. It was actually our last shoot day. Like,
Yeah,
I remember when we finished the Team Rocket Shot, we're like, all right, guys, that's a wrap.
Yo.
Like, that's a wrap. We wrapped.
That was around my birthday.
I was gonna
was
say
your
I was
birthday. It
top
was
that
your
out,
birthday.
and then we brought out a birthday cake, and I think somebody had the idea to write these nuts.
It was actually me who got the cake, and then I remember it came out, or I ordered it, and then
And it didn't have any
the
labels.
girls in the back were like giggling.
Oh,
It
no.
was at Sheila's Bakery.
I want to preempt, to give some context. While we were filming, every time we would ask PK for something, like, hey, PK, can you pass that water? Hey, can you pass that mic stand? Or he's like, I can pass these nuts. Or like, just any way he can put in there.
If I had $1 for
Got
every
him.
time these nuts were set on set, I would be a rich dude right now.
Very,
I
very
was
rich
like,
man.
these guys.
Oh, man. It
That's
was...
just a part of my dad humor.
It makes
Got
shooting
him.
so memorable, you know.
He's
It's like
just-
when we're like stressed, like, you know, it's like these nuts come out,
And then we start
and
giggling.
then we just go into like inappropriate whatever that Alex has to be like, guys, come
Yeah,
on.
sometimes we derail a little bit. But Alex, he reins us back in.
Honestly, I think these somewhat inappropriate sexual jokes, it helps out with creativity because it's
It
all
does, yes,
orange,
absolutely
baby.
does.
It's all orange chakra, sacral chakra coming out of creation and making babies.
You just
Really?
gotta be loose,
Yeah,
man. It's
you just
know,
gotta look it up. Avatar.
You got some crystals you can sell me too?
Oh no, but you know that's
right,
why the
Alex.
Dragon Balls are orange.
hey.
The fun parts.
All right, Alex, what is your favorite part
I
of
think,
it?
for one, during the
Post production. I'm just
No,
kidding.
No.
oh no, I wasn't. It's during production, and it's mainly. I think for me, the number one fun part was to, even though it's like, when we introduced lights, because I saw the space. I was like, that's kind of like drab. I don't know. I like lighting stuff and making things look good, and I think this was our very first production that we've actually like decided to sink more time into that, which slows things down. But I said it's gonna look better, and plus you're doing some VFX, so you definitely need some light to aid, like if you're doing anything fire related, etc., etc. So that's one of them. Especially, I think there was an electric attack, I think, and I had one of my friends just flip his hand over a small LED light to create a flickering effect. Shout out
was
to
amazing.
Z or
Amazing
Alex
effect.
Zero.
That was.
It was his contribution. He also did the music writing, but we'll probably talk about that later.
Yeah.
The physical effects, like the one with the longboard that we talked about earlier, the leaf blowing. But I think also even though this is now moving away from the traditional like special effects is during the green screen segments where the cut-ins of like like
That's
like
what
oh,
she
no,
said.
That is the best line in the entire thing.
yeah, like so in animes they have like this little thing like, or it shows the reactions of like the supporting actors, like if the hero's in danger or something it's like serious or shocking happens, like oh no, and you see it just pops up on screen. So we decided to recreate that. I think we did all that stuff in like one afternoon or evening with
in front of your green screen.
yeah, with
My hair
yeah.
was a little bit different, so I was trying to make it
but it
look as
worked.
close as possible as what it looked like
And I think it
before.
was like one of the very few times I did green screen stuff. So I thought that was fun. So
it was a lot of
I think it like added a whole lot more, because I think Joseph was going like, well, I'm going to try these like anime cut-ins with certain camera angles and things like that, or split in on a screen.
Yeah, the fight was feeling a little bit long, but then again, all of the effects weren't plugged in at the time when I was editing, so we thought about, inserting these comedic beats
Yeah,
to
also
relieve some of the tension and keep the audience entertained in different ways.
And it worked.
we also wanted to make sure that like PK and Felicia didn't just disappear, because like as soon as they started fighting, they just like Brock and Misty did nothing. And
I guess
in a Pokemon anime episode, they always react. They're like, Ash should be doing this, Ash should be doing that, like whatever.
right.
So
yeah, they kind of like, because they're essentially coaching Ash. Even in the anime, they like early on they are basically like, Ash, you shouldn't really do that, but you should try this and things like that.
Right.
Both them being seasoned trainers. I mean, not trainers, gym leaders. But I guess that was a thing that I guess we realized later down when we're like, cutting everything. It's like it does need that little bit of that
Charm from
Charm,
the show,
yeah.
right?
So that's why that was fun.
that added a lot to the whole thing.
And I love the shot with the Amy popping up as Officer Jenny.
Oh my, that was my favorite shot actually.
Yeah,
Jenny.
it's just
Did we
like with
shoot
the saxophone, the jazz, and
That was ketchup on my nose.
yeah,
No,
For the-
that's
for the
actual
nosebleed.
blood.
It's
PK was-
actually
yeah.
I think
Officer
Jenny.
I think we shot that on a separate day. I think it was also
we
last
had
minute.
yeah.
No, they just Alex and Joseph just kind of like presented the video to us.
I mean, Amy already had the cosplay.
I know, but she
Officer
was in
Jenny.
like St. Martin or something, so she wasn't even like.
Oh,
she-
yeah,
already
she-
came
so
She
she
back
shot
for a
herself
bit.
and
She
sent
was
it to
visiting-
us. And
well,
so
I
we
don't-
took the clip
wait.
and we
Yeah, she
put
was
the effects
here.
behind
We
it.
shot it
Yeah.
in front of your white screen.
Is it because did I make the outfit for the movie? I think I did.
Maybe.
I think so.
Maybe.
I'm trying to remember. I have to ask
Okay.
Amy about it,
Well,
but I
she's
was
here.
like, because like, okay, sure, or maybe we were trying to make it for a convention. I can't remember exactly, but
Yeah.
so yeah, Amy and I put together an Officer Jenny outfit, which is like, I think it was like we just got a security uniform off of Amazon. and
it was
then-
perfect. It
And we
was,
added
and
the stuff.
Honestly,
small details.
Yeah, it was kind of weird for me to shoot that, or for us to shoot that. But luckily, we had Ashley there, who's one of her good friends. And Ashley was like, "Yeah, you work it, girl. You're so hot as blah blah blah." Yeah, And then
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
"Okay, yeah, keep it coming." Because imagine me going like, "Yeah, shake that." Like, it's,
That's a much different video.
Yeah,
it's I can't, it's,
That's
yeah,
weird.
I don't want to go there.
Oh
Right,
man.
right.
No, I would say like my favorite part of the whole thing was seeing Ash, Brock, and Misty like brought to life to perfection by PK, Joseph, and Felicia. It was like it. I when I was watching it, I was like, this feels like live action anime. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but PK's eyes were closed the entire time when he was playing Brock. And
He's
I didn't ask him.
channeling
I didn't
his
ask him
Asian
to do
side.
that. I didn't have to do that. He was just like, "Oh yeah, Brock he closed his eyes, right?" Like, it was his whole thing.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
that was a thing that a bunch of the fans were like writing in, like, "Yo, he really looks like Brock." Like, it was really actually
See,
difficult to film with like
this-
that because I really couldn't.
This
see.
shows that you don't have to be the exact copy or look like the character. You just have to embody the spirit,
Yeah,
the essence.
and PK was the perfect Brock.
Yeah, because he's a perv. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, come
in
on.
in a gym
Gonna
leader.
throw him under the bus like that?
in a gym leader.
No, I just it was so cool to see like this was like the first like we actually did serious cosplay for this. Like we did, it wasn't like Ness versus Little Mac where we're just like he brought we bought a costume from Victoria's Secret, or I just like bought like 2 things from like a regular Amazon store. This was like we had to plan outfits out, and everyone had to have the outfits, and everyone had to have like wigs and all that stuff. So
Team
it
Rocket?
came out.
Yeah.
Team Rocket. We actually we bought like 20 different shirts.
Right.
And we
I
painted
think-
art on them.
I think so. We went through. I remember. I think Joseph at first went to one of his buddies. I think it was Sam Choi, because he had like I think a printing press. So I think they were trying to make their own shirts that way. But I think what we ended up mostly doing is using red duct tape, and
spray
at least
paint
for
and
the
red
Team
duct
Rocket members who weren't primarily focused on screen, we had them wear those shirts. But if you look really closely, you'll see like that's probably duct tape.
It was duct tape and
But it
spray
worked.
paint. It worked really
Yeah,
well.
it was I think it was a combination. Like some of them
Yeah.
was spray paint, some of them was duct tape, red duct tape. And I think Felicia's Misty outfit like went through like a couple variations. I remember sketching up stuff for you or for her and like I think maybe you too, because like at first you were wearing like just a normal green vest. Like, what if I gave you this tactical one? And you know,
looked nice.
and I was like, just to give you just to change it up a little bit. But yeah, Red's outfit is relatively like as we just pulled it out of the manga or the video game. And then
yeah, I
Ash's,
was using Pokemon Origins as the base for that.
yeah. Actually, in the video, what was it? Like halfway through, Joseph ditches the typical like trucker cap or whatever.
He did a bandana.
And then a bandana.
That was his. I'm going now. It's
Like, it's
serious.
serious time.
It's serious time. We don't have wearing that hat.
Just like Ip Man rolling up sleeves. I was like, all right,
Right.
I'm not fooling around anymore.
That was a cool sequence too.
Yeah.
I want to say I honestly think that project brought out the best of each of us at that time. Like the effects, the choreography, the directing, the technical aspect with the lights and the audio and the camera, the different ideas and the acting, like all of it, like everybody shined their best. And then when it came together, it was just like, like.
Yeah,
I
it was.
can't
Could've
stress
been
it. I
better.
can't stress it
Could've
enough
been
that
better.
It could have been better.
Things
I
can
like-
always be better, right? But like at that time, when you think of like all of us contributing, like it wasn't like this sucked or this was bad. It was like at the time we brought the best out of each other and like all kind of upgraded each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the
That's
time
awesome.
it was my best, and that's all I can really ask for.
It was. I would say that was it was definitely the most ambitious project you've ever tried to do.
Yeah, pretty monumental effort at the time.
It was. I would say my eyes were bigger than my stomach for that one, because I did not expect. I didn't. So Joseph was talking to me before. We're like, hey, for the Charizard, you can just make some fire, and that's fine. You just do a fire out of your hands. That's good enough for Charizard. And I was like, nah.
There we go again.
We gotta do.
Perfectionist, man.
We gotta do actual Pokemon models so people know it's Charizard.
You have to give the people what they want.
It's like you gotta show actual
Yeah.
Charizard in the Pokemon video. If you don't show actual Charizard, it's not gonna work.
Then what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. So it was definitely this is like the best turtle we can do, and that's right here. We're good, and then I'm out. See you guys later.
You know what? It's funny you say that because I saw that and I said, "This is just the beginning."
See,
I'm
this
just telling you- I'm
is
just
like a
saying my
miscommunication.
perspective.
This is like okay.
I was
so-
like, I looked at it and I was like, this. If this is what we can do, and we had like it was tough. It was we had annoying times. We had times we had little pitter patters between each other, or whatever. But like we really brought the best out of each other. And to me, I just looked like if we could do more of this, like just. That the possibilities were endless on just that's.
I think
I have a pitch
I
for
believe
the.
in Turtle Wave.
I have the pitch for the resurgence. So you know how everyone's doing the YouTube shorts, the vertical videos. Let's repackage this video as a vertical video.
We
Bottom
did.
half is the Game Boy thing.
we did already.
but
That's
do it
on
all
Facebook.
with all the special moves, including Charizard.
We did. Oh wait. Are you
No,
talking
no,
about the stuff we
but then
didn't
like
shoot yet?
the top half. No, like you getting into Charizard style.
We did do that. That was in the
Okay.
Facebook.
Yeah,
group.
but
the
the
Facebook
thing is, like, we had to pixelate the top half so it looks like Game Boy.
Like an 8-bit
Yeah.
Game Boy game.
Oh, that's.
So like
It won't be clear though, but it's still
no,
that
like
might be dope.
you don't have to do like ginormous pixels, but just like a filter.
Nah, I'm not a fan of re-releasing stuff, so that's why I'm. If we're gonna do it, we
Dude,
should do Pokemon Kung
I
Fu
think
Part
It's
you
a fair
should.
it's fair play right now.
you guys heard him, right?
Content,
No,
people
you heard
just
him,
want
though.
more of
I'm
it.
saying if
What
we're
did
gonna
he
do
say?
it, if
He
we're
just
gonna
said
do it,
if
we
we're
would do
gonna
a new one.
we should do part 2.
We should, if we're
We
gonna
should-
do
I heard
it.
we should do part 2. I'm gonna focus on that's what I
I
heard.
said if we're gonna do it, we would do. I'd rather do a new one instead of repackaging the old one.
So
why
a
not-
remake?
why not both?
A remake? That
No,
sounds
no,
like
no,
a
no, no,
remake.
no.
Why not both? Look, because it's not always just about like like throwing some old stuff out there just to be like, hey, we're here. Like that was a great project that didn't get enough shine. So you put out a little effect on it, shoot it out again. People then jump back to the original. Then when the next thing we bring out, whether it's a podcast, whether it's another little short, whatever, it's just about keeping your audience, man. It's marketing.
Okay, well, I'm going to like actually go off more of what Joseph just says. I know it's like, yeah, the sound of like repackaging it, but I was like, maybe because I'm like lurking on Instagram too much, but there would be these repost accounts that literally pull a bunch of old stuff. Like people will probably have forgotten it because there's too much crap on the internet anyways.
Marketing.
And people like, they'll see it again. And especially it's probably like a new generation of like social media viewers. They'd be like, oh my God, what is this? And then they share it like 500 bajillion times. Like
guys
it just gets a
wanna-
resurgence. That's like, for example, like Japanese 80s city pop. Like that would have been locked away forever. But one person the algorithm decided to play games and be like, how about this nice music that wasn't superly overly produced like nowadays, and what, like more like chill 80s vibes, and it's like it made a resurgence. So
See, I just don't want to promise what we can't promise, because if we repackage Pokemon Kung Fu, people would be like, "Wait, are they working on Pokemon Kung Fu Part 2?"
no,
we're not
we
working on Pokemon
Look,
Kung Fu Part
we didn't
2.
say, and there's nowhere in the description. They'll just see it. This is cool. Share it and move on. That's
Tim,
really
you gotta just let stuff breathe sometimes, and some things
It's
just
been
need
like,
a
dude,
second
it's
breath.
2018. It's been
Some
out
things
for like
like-
4 years, man.
It's 2023. We gotta repackage videos now.
We're not
Right,
repackaging.
right.
Oh my God.
Look, because look,
We can't make them. We gotta repackage it.
It's not. Like I say, it's about marketing, right? So if you give somebody even if they think we're gonna come up with another one, that's better than them thinking we're dead.
No, we're doing this, man. Like this is
Then
this
you,
is
pu-
now
then you,
Turtle
then, you,
Wave.
then you post up different things just for them to look at, because people like to look at great content, and it's great.
Yeah.
That video is a timeless video. Yeah, we could have done things better. But that's in every piece of art.
I think it's
You could have done
worth
things better.
resharing again.
That
but
that joint is a timeless, just like your the first Dragon Ball one you did.
That
right?
one is
It
shameful.
looks cruddy now because we can do better. But when you think about what you did at that time and you watch it, you already know what time period you're in when you watch it. It's not like you're watching it like, oh, these guys just got together and did some lazy effects. Like, no, you can just tell from the video quality, the effects
clearly
quality.
this is a while ago, unless you're
Right. You can clearly tell like this was done like in the early 2000s, and they did what they could, and it's a magnificent long video. You know what I mean? The fighting was good, the tempo was good. There wasn't a whole lot of story. We didn't need it. The story was made through really good choreography, through really good shots, through really good breaks in the movement. Like just reposting that even would be like, hey, check out, these are the things, this is where we came from. You know what I mean? Like we're doing a history thing now. You can do that visually too, bro. Just be like, yo, hey, check out the stuff that we did to get to where we at. Bam. Put a little spin on it. Bam.
okay.
I would say this at this part of the history. I just want to mention this for everybody. Like Pokemon Kung Fu was was the video that made me realize that we can't do this for forever,
He's a non-believer.
because it's a 3-year video that took a lot of work, and it was like, we can't release this type of video every month to fit with YouTube's algorithms and stuff. So I didn't think it was possible. So that's kind of that's basically how it went with Turtle Wave, in that, why don't we make videos anymore? kind
So
of thing.
now we're talking about
Challenges?
the aftermath.
Yeah.
I was like wondering, it's like, well, you talked about the fun stuff earlier. Is this now
Right.
more or less the challenges?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the aftermath.
I mean,
Are we allowed to
The
talk about
challenges was-
personal stuff too? Like
Yeah,
can
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about-
Of
yeah,
course,
no,
of course.
this is a history
no,
lesson.
This,
Like-
so that was part of the challenge.
it
that he
tested
had
something, right?
Was Tim was changing careers. He also had a relationship that was new that he was trying to bud, and then he's also doing this very investing project, right? So those are things that are going to block like regular progress of a film that you're working on, you know. And then like I had my own stuff. I'm fighting. I had a broken hand. Actually, I think the part of the time from fighting an MMA fight. You know, I had a new relationship that I brought in on that video.
You should talk about like
These
dude.
nuts.
The
These nuts
Pokemon
jokes.
Kung Fu took so long that before we started shooting, PK was single. And when we wrapped, PK was in a loving relationship. Okay, let me give you another example. Before we started shooting, Obama was president. And when we finished shooting, the wall was built. Like that's
the wall was being
it was being built.
had
That's
a couple bricks to it. You
that-
mean?
Yeah.
That's how long this
It
whole
was just
period
said.
stretched. It
Yeah,
was
but
a
I think-
very long time.
But like I said, I think like I said, the challenge wasn't that it took that like it didn't take 3 years in itself. It took that long because we spaced it out because we had other priorities. That's just what it was. If we all went in and was like, we're gonna do 3 banging videos this year and spend 3 months doing it, we could have done that. But that's like that's the thing. Do we jump on a limb and do something and be like, if this is not financially viable, then okay, we lost some money, you know, or do we just continue doing the stuff that makes us money and then just kind of, you know, do this stuff in the background?
I don't think
And
we never thought about money back then. It was more like, let's make something cool. And,
No. But like when it comes to, hey, let's get this done now. The big thing was, hey man, I gotta go study this other thing, and my girlfriend doesn't even like me coming out here with these projects. Both of us were in that position. When I was coming out late at night to y'all, you know, driving 45 minutes to an hour to come and do some film with y'all. Like my girl, she supported it, but she was kind of just like, "What are y'all doing?" And I was like,
You
yo,
guys
this is
doing
like,
dressing
you know,
up like little kids.
Your
children.
your relationship survived that. Mine didn't. That was the thing. It was like I always tell people like
it was a big
Pokemon Kung Fu cost me a job and a girlfriend.
Right.
But the job was because I wanted to quit. But the girlfriend was a different thing. Like I remember it because I was like I worked on it all like basically all year in 2016, and then in 2017 I worked on it again, and in 2018 I worked on it again. So it was just never ending because we were filming in 2016 and then we were doing post production in 2017, 2018. So it was just like it was never ending. Like this is like for people who are listening who are trying to do YouTube stuff. Like this is the stuff that you kind of have to like get used to. You know, it's like you gotta. What is more important kind of thing? You know, are you gonna work on your video or are you gonna do other stuff? You gotta kind of have to like balance it. And,
the work life, I guess for people like us, right? It's you hear work life balance a lot, and if you're gonna do something like this and you want to do it, I'm not gonna say just run in and do it all in because that might not be wise for you. But you definitely have to find a work life passion balance, right? And so finding a partner that is able to understand your required passions is a very important thing, but also very difficult. Like I said, I was doing MMA, I had Cyber Ninjas, Global Inc. I was also managing, and then I had, you know, my other jobs, and then I had Turtle Wave. So I had like at least 4 things in my life, and then there was my relationship. So she came in there being like, "Oh my God, you're all over the place, but I'm gonna need some time." And so then I had to like, you know, sometimes like, "Hey, you guys, I can't come tonight," or, you know, I got to train instead, or sometimes I'm like, "Hey, sorry, girl, I gotta go finish this shot with these guys because we're on to something big and it's about to be really dope." You know what I mean? Like it's moving those things around and filling all those cups with water is a very like delicate process. But if you
Yeah.
Oh,
can't
I got a
manage
question.
that, it's gonna be
So I actually want to know this. So I think I use Pokemon Kung Fu as a way to like measure our progress in life. So I
Wait,
would like
what?
Yeah. No. There's a point to this.
For
There's a-
real?
There's a no. So
No,
like,
I
okay,
see
what's
where he's
that
going. I see
mean?
where he's
okay,
going.
okay, so like I would say this. Like basically, before I made Pokemon Kung Fu, like in pre-production, I was a graphic designer working a job that I didn't really like, and I was trying to do YouTube on the side. When Pokemon Kung Fu was released, I had a new job and I was much more settled and financially secure, and that is like, you know, where I started and where I ended. So I kind of want to know, like, for example, I want to like, Joseph. When he started Pokemon Kung Fu, he didn't really. I don't know what he was doing before, but like when we ended Pokemon Kung Fu, he was already like he was doing crazy stuff already. So that's what I meant by like, beginning and end.
We showed that in 2018.
Yes, Pokemon Kung Fu started pre-production in 2015, and we finished it like we had our screener in September of 2018.
Yeah, so I was a web designer when we first started, and then I became an apprentice cinematic artist for Telltale Games, and then I became an animator, motion graphics animator, 2018.
Yeah.
So I think Pokemon, I went through the Pidgeotto, the Krabby, and the Pikachu.
Exactly. See, that's the
Wow,
thing,
it's
right?
very symbolic.
Everybody like that video to me symbolizes like renewal. It was like when we made something, before we made it, and after we made it, we're different people.
I was trying to figure out what was
You think we're different? I think we just evolved,
I mean, no, it was just like we were different.
There you
people.
go.
But
Oh,
Man, too.
I didn't catch that. Oh, no.
Me and Joseph was like, aha.
But
Nice.
okay.
That's very nice.
In that same time, right? That same year, 2018 September, when we finally released it, I had previously just won my first professional MMA title. Great, amazing fight. Got my lip split. Ripped my opponent's elbow to shreds. Won the fight. Did you come to that one?
I might have.
You did come to that one. I think you did come to that with
we
Matt
did
Lee.
talk-
Yeah. That's
you
right.
Did come to
we
that one.
talked
So
about
I
that
had
one.
just won that one, and then soon after that, I won my first professional international fight in Brazil with Mario Yamasaki as my referee. Just for all you guys who might not know who that is a very famous ref in the UFC, and he's actually reffed a lot of UFC champions, and he reffed a lot of Anderson Silva's fights, who's one of my favorite fighter. So I actually went to Brazil, which is the homeland of like the beginning of MMA, and won a fight against a super strong Brazilian, and had Mario Yamasaki raise my hand. So like we were like everything leading up to that point, like we were all just kind of elevating in all the things that we were doing.
I think when Pokemon Kung Fu finally released, I was in LA and kind of
Weren't you
planting
doing
my
Shang-Chi?
seeds.
You were doing Shang-Chi.
No, I wasn't.
That was 2018.
I was doing Afro Samurai.
What? Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
and then I was showing it around, and people were like, "Whoa, Pokemon Kung Fu!"
Oh my God! Wait, was it?
I remember
it was
walking
that
in,
cross. Oh wow!
When
okay.
did we do?
walking into
Afro
joining all
Samurai Champloo?
movement, and then people like already knew me. I was like, "What?"
When did we go to New York for the show? Is that
You wait,
October?
no,
November, I think.
November 2017 was all of our first, and that's This is yeah.
We had pictures of us traveling and just like walking around in New York.
In our Team Red hoodie? Or
yeah,
what?
we had the team. We had the team. That's right, we did. We
Oh,
had the Team
we
Red
have
hoodies.
we have to talk
We had the
about
Team
I
that.
Red
had
hoodies.
the
Oh,
Marshall
man.
Club hat.
We skipped
on.
some things.
yeah. Oh my gosh!
But honestly, like I knew this project was taking a long time, and I wasn't gonna put all my eggs into one project. And instead of waiting on Tim or being all grumpy and being like, "When's it gonna come out?" I was just gonna be like, "I'm gonna make my own films, and not be dependent on someone else. Like I'm just gonna keep trying to get better. If Turtle Wave is busy, I'm gonna shoot with Leroy. If Leroy's busy, I'll do my own thing with my guys, and then that's how kind of like Team Red came about, because I just wanted a place to freely create and make crappy content.
Crap.
And get some small gems.
This is what I want to talk about, because like that
He went from crappy to Shang-Chi.
he went
How about that?
he went from
my gosh.
How about
Krabby
that?
to
Krabby
Shang-Chi.
style.
Krabby. I know. It's like wait, somebody's got to put in a crabby pun.
Right,
Krabby,
yeah, but
crappy. Get
fast
it?
forward-
Not kidding. Anyways,
Fast forward
I'll leave
years
the room.
later, 2019, I was having what do you call that sushi? But it's like Chipotle.
What?
Whatever. I had some like Japanese fusion food with like the Shang-Chi stunt team in LA. And then like Andy from Marshall Club was like, sit next to Brad Allen. Sit next to Brad Allen. He's the veteran member of Jackie Chan's stunt team. And I was just like, no, he's like up high and I should be with you. He's like, no, go sit next to him. I'm like, okay. And then when I sat down, him and his co-stunt coordinator, Mark Ginther, was like, you know what, Joseph? What we like about your work? and then this and that. And he was like, you know what our favorite is? I'm like, what? He said, Pokemon Kungfu.
No.
I knew it. I told you.
No.
I told you.
At the
I
time-
told you.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, and at the time, we might have had 10K views, but that one view equals 10 million.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
Wait,
one
Brad
view.
Allen liked our video?
Yeah.
You never told me
He
this.
literally said, Pokemon Kung Fu. And then he said, and then the musical, Afro Samurai Champloo. Nobody has done anything like this before. Little brother. I'm like, oh, man. And then they're like, can you do the VFX for that? I was like, I can try. And then literally in 1 week, I had to learn how to do 3D. But it was 3D in After Effects, not the Maya hardware.
Right.
And I just had to 3D animate rings, not Pokemon limbs. But like that, honestly, Tim, like I owe you a lot because you really helped out with my whole filmmaking career. You were the Master Roshi to my journey. And
no. I
Pokemon
just
Kung
happened
Fu-
to be there. Okay, like you did your own thing.
No, but
Yep.
Pokemon Kung Fu, man, was like that stamp.
I told you that we all upgraded. Man.
No, I
We all
gotta
leveled up.
mention now that Joseph said this. I gotta mention the one time I didn't know who was talking to me.
Oh,
There was
On Facebook.
It was on Facebook, and
Oh,
you guys gotta help me out here.
yeah.
Because I remember getting a message from a special someone who is very famous in the martial arts circles, and he was like, "I really like that. I really like Pokemon Kung Fu, blah blah blah." And I looked at his name and I didn't know who he was, so I was just like, "Thank you very much. Please subscribe to our channel."
And then,
And then I need Alex or Joseph can tell me who that
I think
is.
on a separate conference, like I think maybe it was a group chat or whatever, but at least like me and Joseph were like, it's like Tim, it's like how can you just like pass off
All right,
Yoshi
First of
Sudarso
all,
like
who,
that?
Yeah, who you guys say that? Who was it? Who
It was
it?
Yoshi Sudarso or whatever. Like I seen him in some stuff, and people, I think a lot of people will know him because he played a Power Ranger, if I remember correctly.
Blue Power Ranger, and also a lot of anime characters on Reanime YouTube channel who just like took live action anime to the moon.
Yeah, they were like real
Oh my
focused.
God.
Like him, King Vader, and a bunch of people, just like, and then we're just still in Kami House.
No, I just remember because I was like, I don't know who he was, so I was like, well, thank you very much and subscribe.
And then I think I talked
And
to
then
Joseph.
Joseph's like, what are you doing, Tim?
it's like
That
Joseph,
was-
you gotta control this fire real quick. It's like it's like when Tim just
we
done
were-
damage.
We're getting a lot of great attention, from respected communities and places.
Yeah.
And
Thanks, Yoshi, for reaching out to us.
always
Yeah.
putting
My bad. I'm sorry.
the DMV on the map. Yeah, it was a fun
Yeah,
project. Like,
the DMV is a special place, man. There's a lot of
yeah,
just great everything that comes
Yeah.
out of here.
I would say that my favorite part was sweeping the urban actions. That was pretty cool.
Yo, when we went to the Urban Action,
We're back to the fun part. Okay, so for Urban Action Showcase of 2017.
we all came.
2018.
We,
Is it
we had already
2018?
wrapped. We had already
2018.
wrapped. For,
Oh wait, no, you're right. You're right.
For
Sorry.
Samurai, right?
no,
There was more shooting to do for that.
Dude,
we wrapped like Red Rising or something.
Red Rising was the one we wrapped.
In
It was
2018, right?
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like we were always training at Sam Lee's place in
His
Maryland,
dojang
the
in
dojang.
Maryland, yeah.
Shout out.
We had like a community going, and then we just like came in there like 20 plus people marching in like, boom, give me that award. Thank you very much. Okay,
it
we're not
20
that
plus?
arrogant, huh?
Was it 20 plus?
I mean, it looked like it.
it was
just like when we arrived, like,
the Team Red joints on.
We
Those
felt
things were fire.
the love, everyone coming in from like our school dropouts, the Common Ramen
Yeah,
Studios,
Common Ramen Studios.
bunch of
Yes,
people.
there was like a couple, mutuals that we knew from new groups from New Jersey.
Yeah, but then I
Team One
remember Team One Take, yes, but also like I remember just like we were all eating at a restaurant, and then somebody was like, "Man, what you guys are doing is good, but that acting."
Oh, that's
So,
right.
I will always remember that comment, and one day, I will. I will be sufficient in both the drama and the action, bringing the yin and yang,
All right.
bringing the black and the yellow,
All right, to be
bring
fair,
the kick and the punch.
to be fair, the acting is supposed to be bad. That was what we were going for.
More on a cheesy end.
It was
Yeah.
supposed to
Corny.
be cheesy. It wasn't supposed to be high dramatic art.
Let me break it down to you. All
But
right?
PK takes up.
I think what you experienced in that moment was what we call a haterade. Okay, so look, they can go on acting if they want, but how many awards did we get?
Yeah, but I think
How many awards did we get?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We were pretty
We
good
got
on that one.
5 awards. You know how I know we got 5 awards?
because they're
Because
sitting.
they're all at my house.
oh
They're all at my house, placed out in the arrow, nice little arrow. I got each one. So we got 2 on visual effects, right? And two different ones on visual effects. We got 1 on choreography. We got 1 on just like action design or something like that. I forget what the last one is. We killed it, man. We killed. In fact, when we sat there wasn't too many projects that gave me the same feeling as watching our own project. And I'm not trying to like
Toot your own horn.
write our own, dicks or nothing. I'm just like,
He is the
literally.
hype man always.
Look, here's the thing though, right? People know me for being real. They don't know me for hyping people up for no reason, right? I'm not gonna hype your stuff up if I don't think it's that great.
honestly, if we all had PK's attitude, we would have 1 million subscribers.
Oh
That
no,
is-
we'd have
that's-
more than that.
Okay, on my bad.
Nah, look, and that's the thing. We were afraid of what we could be if we tried to be that and then not.
No, we didn't. No,
We were
you
afraid
can
of
look at
not
Joseph right now to see what we could have been. It's
No,
just
no,
like-
no.
no, right there. We work in Hollywood right now.
But what I'm saying is like we could have had more because we had King Vader. We had there's other people who do similar stuff that we do, and to be honest, they don't do the stuff we do. I haven't seen anybody do the stuff we do.
That takes 2
as
years,
well
man.
as us. It don't take 2 years
It
when you
takes
only
2
doing
years.
it. When you only doing that
Well,
one
hold
thing,
on.
it don't take that long. That's what I'm saying. They decided we're going to do the YouTube thing.
Well,
Yeah, they went all
They
in.
went all in. If we all decided, because we had many conversations about this, if we just went all in, your thing was you're like, I don't want to go out there and try it and then fail and then have no money. I understand that. Nobody want to be broke. My thing was, if we try and get all in and then don't make no money, at least we all have some stuff we can fall back on. Then we can go make money afterwards. Money gonna be there, but the time and opportunity to be great, it's finite.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna leave it at
honestly,
that.
it's never too late. And with the deals that are coming out now for content creators, it's much more beneficial than how it was when we were trying to push for YouTube.
So maybe it was
So-
meant to be.
Yeah, so I don't know. Now is a great opportunity. Please, the people who are watching or listening, do not get unmotivated or deterred. Like, there's different ways to do this thing. You know,
Why are you looking
Don't
at
get
me, man?
discouraged.
I
Don't
don't.
get that. No, we all looking at you.
Why are you looking at
We all
me,
looking
man?
at
What
you
the heck? What is this?
Because
No,
you're
no,
the
no.
leader. You're Leonardo, and we look to you
Honestly,
to lead us to the
no, like
promised land.
after like being in LA for like 2 years, I realized that, sometimes you cannot mix the passion with the work, or else you'll lose the passion for your original passion. And like, what Tim's priorities, I mean, I think they're very valid, because why not like have something stable, and then on your own time you can fund your own projects that you really care about, and not give anyone else some of your own sauce so they can just bastardize it and commercialize it, so
Yeah, what you
This-
guys don't know is I'm working on a long game, man.
yeah, there's no shame into having
Hey,
like a
no
stable
shame.
job and then doing your own thing on the side.
No
Just
shame at all.
always keep like learning and creating, and just like at the end of the day, I talk to a lot of people in the industry. They prefer to just like make small stuff with the homies, and then they realize that was the original like source of their love.
So I want to say that after Pokemon Kung Fu, Turtle Wave kind of went on a hiatus for a while.
Yeah.
And then, this is the last thing I'm talking about. We made Shang-Chi.
No, wait. Did we
Wait,
skip
wait,
over?
the parody.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
No,
make
we
that
skipped
much.
over. We had some Squid Game.
Okay, yeah, but
No,
that
a
was
couple-
like.
Wait, what
small
about
but
Turtle
short.
Wave Civil War? Did we skip over that too?
Oh wait, no. So
Yeah,
that
Tim,
was,
you skipped over an entire arc.
Hold on.
Right?
That
Skip
was
deliver.
no, that was
Hold up.
during Pokemon Kung Fu.
Was it?
Yeah, the Civil War happened
This is during-
after
during-
we had a practice previs night, and then Joseph was like, "Hey guys, can we stay here for like 2 more hours? Let's do something real quick." And I remember he had to beg us to do it because I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna go home. And Joe was like, no, I promise this is gonna be good. We have the existing, the previous, the choreo is already there. We're gonna use Ip Man 2's choreo. It's already there. All we have to do is copy it, and we're gonna do something. That was the origin of Civil War.
Not copy
So-
it. We're gonna homage it.
We're gonna homage. Sure.
it. So funny story. The way that I came in late and everybody's already training is exactly what happened. So we used that premise as
I think because I think we shot some of the other stuff, and then you came in a little bit later.
You guys were already like doing little previses, and then I came in. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then you guys were like, I literally had just had like a MMA fight previously, and I don't know.
So we
how
worked
I
that into
got
the plot.
Yeah, we worked that
It's
into
like,
the plot.
he's like, what was it? What you doing is a blood sport.
What we
what's the
do is
line?
art. What you do is a blood sport. And it was. That one was like a spur of the moment kind of thing, but Joseph really wanted to do a test fight, and it turned out to be one of our better fights.
And I think we were also like running off the hype of that is Captain America: Civil War.
Yes.
One
Oh,
of my
that's
favorite,
right.
one of
That's
my
out.
favorite Marvel movies.
Right. That's that
A little
movie is
foreshadow.
great.
No.
right.
All right, so then we did that one, and that one turned out really well, and it was like the first time I realized like, holy crap, Joseph's gonna be awesome. Joseph's gonna be famous.
Wait, what are you talking about? I did nothing for that.
What do you,
Bruh,
dude?
you don't
Okay,
understand.
no. What I don't want to like, because the whole time we were filming that, I was like, this is gonna be terrible. Because
Really?
Alice couldn't remember his lines. We were like, we're all like, I couldn't spit the water correctly, and I would just like. I was kissing Pyongy's knee the whole time. It was a mess. The filming we're all tired. Everyone was like, okay, just come on.
I'm gonna need to give y'all some of my energy because y'all.
And then I was like, there's
beating
no
me.
way.
right. I need to just like lift my hands so y'all can feel better.
No.
about what
I
we're
was
doing.
like, there's no way this video is gonna turn out good. And then Joseph showed us his rough cut, and I was just like sitting there. I was like slack jaw, like, wait, no freaking way.
Wait, rough cut of what?
The Civil War, like.
Wait, I edited the same day?
No, we didn't edit the same day. It was we
Oh.
shot it like on Saturday night or Sunday night.
Yeah.
When we were finishing, we were wrapping up previs, and then
Yeah.
you said, "Hey, can we shoot a test fight real quick?"
Oh, so we're preparing for Pokemon Kung
yes,
Fu.
exactly.
And we shot this for fun.
right
Yeah.
because you were like, "I want to try something. I want to do something real quick,"
Yeah.
and you had to really ask us because I was ready to go home.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Tim,
Wow.
I promise it's gonna be good," and then we shot it in like 2 hours or something, and the whole time I was like, "This is gonna be terrible."
Oh my gosh.
I know. I
Well-
was like, I had no expectation for that video, and then it came out, and no, it didn't come out, but like you released a rough cut to everybody. I was like maybe Monday morning or like Tuesday or something,
Yeah.
and I watched it, and I was just like, Joseph's gonna be famous.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's when
Crazy.
at that point I was like, yo, if he can make that look good, or
Well-
if it was in his mind the whole time that this is what it's gonna look like.
Nah, man. Look. I got.
Oh my
I got a
gosh,
different view.
PK. Go ahead.
Look. During that whole experience, right? It was very hodgepodgey, right? So I kind of felt a little bit of the same, like I don't know quite where this is going. But as we put the story beats together, right? Then I was like, all right, I can see the comedy, I can see the flow. It's rudimentary, it's a little bit rough, but we're only doing a little quick shot. I knew it was going to be good, but when we had the final cut,
Yeah, the
it was
final
like,
cut.
it was like, whoa, we. Did
I
that.
don't
We
think
did
it
that
would
in
have
the
been.
afternoon.
It wouldn't be in anyone else's hands. It would have been terrible. And
Well-
then Joseph somehow made it work.
But I think it was the synergy of the group, because like it wasn't just no. I'm being honest. Alex's part, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
okay. To be fair, I'm gonna add to this real quick. The only part during this whole ordeal, I guess, is me trying to remember my freaking lines. That's all. I was like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm here to do it because it's like, well, for one, it's like I'm usually not on screen, and this is also a video where a Turtle Wave fan spotted me in the wild. I'll bring that up later. So that's in a way it's significant. That's my significance for this video. But what were you saying, Joseph? Though know
I
you're trying
think
to get
the
on.
reason why we wanted to do this case study on the Ip Man 3 choreo was because we're trying to come up with like really hard kung fu choreography. So why not practice with something that's already been done and like
And this was a good exercise.
reverse engineer it.
Right, and add our spin to it.
I was like, how can we like expect this level when we haven't done our homework? So this is just us doing our homework while making it fun. And the reason why it's good, like PK said, was because we leaned onto our individual personalities, you know.
The master is speaking.
Nah.
Yeah, my favorite parts are always the talking parts when we're
The comedy.
when we're just being turtle wave, which
being ourselves.
Which is what we're doing right now. Let's go.
Me forgetting my lines.
But I think that's the beauty of it. It wasn't simply a hey guys, we're just doing a shot and we're gonna do some cool action stuff. Like that's boring. Nobody cares about that. We created drama, we created stakes, we created comedy just in a short afternoon of just
it was
going around.
It was very
evening. Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
it was like it was like what? It's like everything worked out because it was a perfect blend of like we're tired, but we're also kind of all right. Let's just do this. And then did we do reshoots of this? I don't remember.
We
Did
were
do
actually
reshoots?
there to shoot parts of Pokemon Kung Fu.
We were. Did
To
we
do
do
The photo shoot.
The photo shoot,
the
that's
photo
right.
shoot for
Okay,
Pokemon
okay.
Kung Fu is when we came in the first place.
Yeah.
Dude, that
And then
photo
like
shoot was
Felicia
awesome.
had to leave early, so
Yeah,
we
so
couldn't
then
do
we
like
couldn't even
a
do
lot
that.
of flashback scenes.
Right.
Anyways,
Right. So we ended up focusing on that, and then all of a sudden, boom! And that video was dope, and
Yeah.
not just because I'm the main character.
and you know what? It wasn't you, PK, just showing off, showing how cool you are. You were pretty much the underdog of this video. We were all making fun of you. You wanted to be a part of the group, you know. You're the
It's very close to real life.
I was the only black guy.
Yeah. So
You heard it.
you know, you're the fish out of water. You just came back from a fight, and you had to punch your way up. Well, but literally, physically punching your way down because we're shorter. Yeah.
But figuratively, you're not.
But just like when I was in LA, a lot of people said like they liked those types of videos because it seemed like just a bunch of friends doing this in their backyard or basement. Whereas a lot of people in LA do these test fights because they want to prove something. They want to do this to get, acquire this job. But we're just doing it out of passion. And I think that's really important to remember throughout our careers and creativity in general.
Yeah.
Well said.
Just have fun with it.
Never
Don't-
forget your passion.
I
Yeah.
always tell people the reason why Turtle Wave is so dope is because we have a flow. Like each and every one of us, like just us four, connects in a way that I have not really seen ever on a small group.
Is this where we do a Dragon Ball fusion? Can we do that?
Ninja
We'll show you
Turtles.
true compatibility there.
Right,
Oh,
right.
jeez.
We have to hit the points all at the right spot.
But no,
All
but
right.
that's why I think Pokemon Kung Fu to me was us all doing the fusion dance.
And that's why it was the good video. It was a good video to leave on. That was my whole thing.
I
Yeah.
think he's just
I mean, it's
scared
fair
of
enough.
success. But yeah,
Okay.
like Joseph was saying, like a lot of this stuff was springboard off into what we're doing, right? So like that gave you confidence of like we can do this and I'm okay with this result. That was your conclusion, right? That gave Joseph the spark to be like, we can do this and I can take this super far and like I want to do it. Then he did Shang-Chi, right? Right?
No, that's
we
fast-forwarding
skipped a
little
lot
bit.
of steps there.
Well, no, yeah, but I'm saying
I
like
was gonna say-
eventually like that was a spark to lead him into those steps, right? For Alex, I think for him, I'll be honest. I think for you, it's more just like the fulfillment of like just doing great work. Like I just feel like you're that constant. I'm gonna be fair. Yeah, I feel you're the constant in the group. The level-headed person is just like I'm just here to do great work, and then like so we did the great work, and you're like, yeah, that's what we're doing.
I'm just happy to work on something and not be like sitting around and twiddling my thumbs and maybe playing video games all day or binge watching TV.
But it furthered your love for the work, for doing good work, doing good shots, and making sure the lighting's great, making sure the audio is super correct, making sure your editing is nice.
Ah, yes, audio, lighting.
Yeah.
Things that I like to focus on. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Without me, your videos will look like.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're just like that. That spurred you to continue doing what you're doing, right? And you're in your passion, and you love that, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, that video was like, I can act, I can be silly, and
You could be Brock.
right. But also, like, I know my martial movement, and it gave me more encouragement as being a coach, as a mixed martial arts fighter and coach. Like, I understand body kinetics. You know what I mean? So like everybody got something from that to help push them to the next level.
One of my biggest regrets was not seeing Brock and Misty fight. That should have been.
I was ready, man.
That was.
I know you
I
were.
I got the costume still. Shoot, I got the vest, everything.
All right.
But we have to get Felicia.
This is a little behind the scenes, but we had a lot of unreleased footage that we shot for Pokemon Kung Fu that was never released because we started part 2 already. Technically,
Right.
we did because we had the hospital scene,
Yo, that scene was
which
so
was
funny.
at the end of part 2. That was supposed to be the end of the whole thing.
We should use that as the beginning of part 2.
I think we've
yeah, we
dabbled on. I think you guys have dabbled on that idea.
We had.
I forgot how that scene went. It took place in my guest bedroom that we tried to make.
And
into a
Joseph
hospital.
went
Right.
all out with his his cast. He was injured. I showed it to some friends. They're like, "Wait, what happened to Joseph?
Yeah.
Is he okay?"
Yo,
Posted
the
it
acting.
quickly
the acting.
on Facebook, and people are like, "Oh my god, what happened?" And I had to delete it because I was gonna start a GoFundMe or something. My friend,
Yo, the acting was good.
I forgot what even happened to that scene.
I want you to
Did
tell
you
me.
one of
guys
my friends
give me
to
a
act as the
Thunderstone?
nurse?
No,
something, or-
didn't. It was
Rare
something
candy?
like no. It was something like I can't believe we fought a person who can mega evolve because part 2, Red was supposed to mega evolve into Mega Charizard X.
Oh, that's right.
So it was like Super Saiyan Blue kind of thing.
that's right.
We were gonna go with I was gonna go Super Saiyan Blue, which was happened to be what was going on at that time. So the whole thing was Brock was getting was something like, oh, you couldn't have been that guy anyways because I've never seen a person who could mega evolve or something like
Yeah.
that. And then
That's another power tier you haven't.
and then somehow Ash stole what Red was originally putting into his pocket, which was the Sylph Scope, because he was in Silicon City, and Sylph Scope was acquired there, so you can go to Lavender Town to look at the ghost Pokemon. And the last line,
OG Pokemon fans.
and the last line of the hospital scene was literally Ash going, "Let's go to Lavender Town," because that was supposed to be the to be continued. That was the actual to be continued. So that was what was supposed to happen. Ash was supposed to get beaten by Red, and Brock and Misty was supposed to go in there and save him. So then we would have seen Staryu style, we would have seen Onyx style, and yeah, that was. I'm really sad that we didn't get to do that.
So I would like to interject and say, so you guys, anybody seen? You guys all see Ant-Man 3?
No.
No, I
not yet.
refuse to watch.
Why?
Oh,
I refuse because. Never mind.
All right, we'll get to that later. Anyway,
what happened to
I
Kevin
saw it.
Feige? Feige baby.
Right, Feige baby, and then so I watched it. I saw
Name
Kang the
redacted
Conqueror.
now.
And so I kind of see this as like reminiscing about this stuff makes you realize like what we're really capable of if we did take that, and like in another universe we'd have a whole series of just Pokemon Kung Fu. That would just be one of our main series, and people would be down for it. That I can see it. It's like I feel it. Like you guys have seen that. You saw Loki, right? With all the versions of the universes of the timelines.
so
right?
you're saying like
and there's a timeline
in a
where we
separate
stuck
timeline.
to it, and we are super famous, and we just put that like we have. And one of our main things is Pokemon Kung Fu storyline. And we could have another one for Afro Super Saiyan, and we could have another one for whatever. Yo, I'm telling you, man, because that whole the way you just described to me, like that. This like the greatness in it, I already see it, man.
Hey
I see
man,
it.
this is another episode of what could have been. You just gotta do like go do the time machine thing like Trunks and make a multiverse.
Hey, man, Don't tempt me.
Oh shit! Is this another idea?
This was our.
Is this another?
This
See?
was supposed to be our
See?
2023 idea that we kind of scrapped. Remember?
Yeah.
We had a whole
yeah.
time travel thing.
I mean, Joseph's got to be around. No, he didn't have to be around for that one, did he?
I mean, we were gonna do one without Joseph.
No, but he could do his
You guys did
version.
Squid Game.
No, and he
We
could do.
we keep skipping videos.
Okay, no, because after Pokemon Kung Fu, I think it was more like we're kind of we were winding down.
We
on the
uploaded to
videos.
YouTube, and then we're like, oh.
60K.
You want to see? Okay, you want to see
it
the
was
ultimate
like
deflated,
100.
like it was
Ego.
when I uploaded to YouTube. My thought was, all right, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow,
Oh my god.
and
Same
it's
here.
it's gonna be 1 million views, and I'm gonna get like Kotaku, be like, hey, are you guys the guys who did Smash Brothers? Well, congratulations, your Pokemon Kung Fu is so much better. I was expecting those things, and then I remember we uploaded it the day when we drove up to New York for the Urban Action Festival, and I was like, all right, I uploaded it. I'm gonna go sleep on the bus and wake up to like 1 million views, and then I wake up 5,000 views. I was like, wait, am I missing a comma? This is 5,000 or 5 million? It was like 5,000.
Reality check.
And I was like, oh. And then to see it like not grow the entire time.
A lot of YouTube success is due to timing the algorithms. And I think we missed out on those algorithms because anyone watching it, literally, we have more than one person saying, why doesn't this have over 1 million views?
Yeah.
It's not the content itself, obviously. Like the content's great. Like I almost start crying and tearing up thinking about it. It's the fact that, you know, when we put it out, nobody knew about it. We didn't. It's marketing. The algorithm is marketing. You got to put out a lot of content and get people noticing it. So then when you do put out a big thing, everybody's like, oh, what's this? Otherwise, if you just put something out once in a while, nobody cares. Nobody's watching. The people who are following you are, but you're not going to get new people on there. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta,
so there's a lot of like marketing stuff with YouTube, which so that leads me to the next topic. Well,
Next topic. Next
Joseph went
topic.
to the bathroom. We'll be
We,
right
Joseph.
we may use like, well, actually, we may have to follow this up with next time because we're running short on time on this recorder.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, we're at hour 42 and we have 10 minutes left.
Wait, hour 42. Oh, an hour 42.
We have, total.
Holy
Man,
crap.
we've been talking for a minute. It didn't even feel like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we went off the rails a little bit and then right back on.
I mean, it's
But
just
now that we have
normal.
Joseph here, we also have a lot more time. Like, you know,
A lot
we
more
would
content.
bring more content. And I think it's because we're recording a fourth track. It's eating more
It's
data.
eating
too.
up the time.
So-
Okay, so we're gonna have to wrap this up real quick.
Yeah, stay tuned for the next part 3.
Wait, hold
Big
on.
question
We should
mark?
wait till.
Yeah, we
should
can wait.
till,
All right,
Joseph
but
gets
I'm
back
gonna
before
say
we
this.
leave.
I'm gonna do on the next time. We're gonna talk about what's next for Turtle Wave.
What's next for Turtle Wave?
We
I
could go
think,
into relationships.
I don't know. Well,
we
they
could go into. We could go into physical fitness.
or talking about the future of Turtle Wave
We can
right
go
here.
Into the future of Turtle Wave. We can go into work-life balance. There's lots of things we can talk about. You know,
Yeah,
we can
now
just
that we're
focus in on some
done-
of those specific things. We're done talking about the past.
We're done talking about the past now. So this is
Wait, are we
our.
though? Is there anything else we need to bring up?
I think we're good.
Joseph?
The Shang-Chi- the
2020
Shang-Chi video,
RPG. Wait, this Origins, right? So keep
It's
it there.
Origin. We got like 10 minutes left because we're about to run out of tape.
Yeah,
So that's why we're trying to like wrap it up.
Run out of tape. What year is this? 1988?
All right, so we had a bunch of projects
Okay,
that we
wait.
didn't do.
What did we
had-
learn from looking at our past here?
That's a good point.
Because the seeds of the past, the seeds of the future lie buried in the past. Beast
Okay.
machines.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Let's see. I feel like, PK, you can go first. You got 2 minutes on the clock.
All right.
Actually, no, minute and a half.
Minute and a
What's
half.
the question again?
What do we learn by reflecting on the past?
Oh,
Because we can't just be like, don't go for your
learned-
dreams.
right. We learned
Have a backup plan.
we learned what we're capable of. We learned how we could have planned better. We learned, for me, this is just for me, to be fearless. because I believe in what we had going on, and I think the result of what we completed is proof that like we can do it. Always believe in yourself and your project. Whatever you get in terms of the response isn't as important as putting out that project and living out that experience. And that's kind of like why we are what we are, because we're about that experience, right? We love making good film. We love making good art. So we all get together and then bam, we just do it. And you know, the financial stress isn't quite there. So, but sometimes I wish it was. But you know, we just kind of we learn how to move forward from now. Okay, well, on the next project I want, it doesn't have to be Turtle Wave. It could be something else. How am I going to do it? How's a better way to do it, right? What are the lessons I learned from the Turtle Wave projects that we did in the past in Turtle Wave projects in the future, other projects in the future? Work-life balance, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of life lessons to be learned from the things that we did that we loved doing the most.
Thank you, candidate Obama, for that 16th answer.
This is the DNC.
All right, Alex.
Turtle Wave National Committee. No,
was,
TWNC, Turtle Wave National Committee.
All right, Alex. Let's wrap it up. What have we learned from discussing our history? What have you learned?
That we talk too much about the past.
Okay, very true.
Concentrate on the
Facts.
future. I mean, not the future. No, not even concentrate too much on the future. What's present?
Okay.
Like
Facts.
things that you can control now. I don't know. I think I found, even myself, I feel like we get caught up in thinking too much about the past, thinking too much about the future, and rather than the moment of now. So
Very good.
Facts.
So
okay.
that's really all I have to say, because it's just a lot of thinking, and then you also have, like as you said before, we have life that we have to deal with. So there's really a lot of I think it's just too much stuff to think about, and then I think you lose sight of goals and things. And I'm gonna dial it back and do the things I can control right now, and just do baby steps. I wish I could flick on the switch and say, yeah, we'll be successful tomorrow, but as we know, that's not the case.
Spitting facts, man. That's
So
You
yeah.
never know.
Well said.
You never know.
So yeah, Tim.
Joseph. What do you think? What have we learned? What have you learned from talking about this stuff?
Hold on, let me pull up the Turtle Wave page. Okay, now I remember.
Let me pull out my notes.
I learned a couple of key things. I think keep your circle small. I think that's what we did good on. I felt like, even though we would argue with each other, it would still just come out from a place of love and just having fun. And I think when I made Team Red, and in the second phase of Team Red, I just invited a lot of people, and I just kind of missed that intimate, small circle and
Close knitness.
yeah. And just it's really hard to manage because I'm already juggling a job and everything, and just to have this small film startup, you just gotta keep it small. And just reflecting back on Turtle Wave, it was always just having fun, and just me being in LA. A lot of times I'm just not having fun and just trying to maintain a certain status quo because, Shang-Chi and everything. And, just reflecting back on Turtle Wave, I was like, man, actually, that was living the dream. Just creating stuff with my bros.
Damn.
No expectations.
Yeah.
Creative freedom. So all of you guys just grinding right now and being like, oh, how come I didn't do this big movie? No, just live in the moment, like what Alex said. And honestly, to get to where I am right now, it took a lot of sacrifice, like what Tim was talking about with relationships, I had to sacrifice a lot. So when you are filming over the weekend, when you're filming on the week nights, put your whole heart and soul into it, because, it's your free time, and time is the most valuable thing.
Can't get that back.
Yeah, you can't just be on set and be like, oh, I'm so tired, I have to work tomorrow. No, there are other people depending on you. You had to give it all. You're here already. Just give it your all, instead of being all grouchy and stuff and being like, oh, it's gonna suck. It's not gonna have a lot of views. It doesn't matter. You're here having fun, and just do your best. And, just doing that shoot after shoot, it has led me here. So just be present and focused. Don't goof around on set. Well, you can goof around on set.
Don't goof around too
You
much.
can't goof around on set on Turtle Wave set. You can't goof around on Hollywood set. All right, that's Joseph, the Hollywood star.
No, I'm still
famous
like a little
Hollywood
baby.
Oh my
action
God.
One
designer.
day he's
Stop
gonna
it.
have a Hollywood star.
All right.
Okay, I gotta have that
stating
PK.
right now. I'm speaking it into
PTE.
existence.
I would say.
Hey, man, you said it.
All right, in the
I
last
couldn't
2
have-
minutes and 20
all right,
seconds.
I got two- okay. I can't say it any better than Joseph or Alex. It's about, living the moment. The only thing I can say, looking back on all the stuff we've done, is I noticed that, for me personally, like I'm not consistent in doing things because like we will get super hyped for a while and then nothing happens. So that's like I think that's a lot of people's problems. Like you get super hyped, you want to do something, and then a problem comes down, a problem occurs or something, and no follow through, you give up. I think the most important thing is consistency, and this is kind of I actually want to do this starting now. Let's do consistent whatever, not videos. Let's see about this podcast. If we can be consistent and at least do this podcast, monthly or maybe twice a month.
I wish
that
y'all could
is
see inside my
I don't
brain
know.
right now.
that is consistent. And if we can keep this up, maybe we can do other things. Maybe we can do other things.
Start
Maybe we
small.
Yeah, like this is a test of consistency. Like
Test of these nuts.
Got
this
him.
is what happens when I'm trying to make a point. But thank you very much, everyone. That'll do it for our the second episode of Turtle Wave, where we go over our history.
Please follow and subscribe so that Tim Wing doesn't quit.
I'm already retired, but I am willing to do this podcast because I love you guys. This is Turtle Wave forever.
And we love you, the audience. I hope you get something out of this, learning lessons, experiences, and just feels like you're hanging out with us. You guys mean a lot to us.
Yeah, and please leave comments, I guess.
And all right. Well,
And don't forget, Turtle Wave
Turtle
forever.
Wave. Turtle Wave forever.
Turtle Wave forever.
And see you guys on the next time.
This is TWDB 152.2 signing off. Please hit that like button.